Hello everyone, I'm Andy. So today I want to talk about what is probably actually my biggest problem in life. Perfectionism. It hinders me in so many ways. And perfectionism doesn't really have that much of a negative connotation, which is so weird because I don't know any perfectionists who aren't really hindered by their perfectionism. I have figured out a few ways to work around it. And I don't know why they work for me, but they do. But in many cases, they cause me just different problems. The thing for me is that I have to be the best. If I'm not the best, I'm not good enough. But if I'm not trying, then I can do whatever. Because I can always say that, well, if I was trying my hardest, I would have been the best, but I wasn't actually trying my hardest. So I don't think I've ever actually tried my hardest at anything, because what if it's not good enough? This is my life. It has always been so much easier for me to not turn in an assignment than to not get a perfect score on it. The idea that, oh, you're just lazy is so much easier to deal with than you're not perfect. My dad is also a perfectionist, and he deals with it in different ways, but we've both talked about how it's so awful being a perfectionist. The thing is, everybody's idea of perfectionism is that everything this person does is going to be perfect. It actually usually ends up being the opposite. Because at least in my case, I can't try my hardest at anything because what if it's not perfect? So nothing I do is actually that good. Like these videos, for instance. I'm filming this on the same day I'm uploading it. I want to be able to try my hardest at something, to really care and see what I'm capable of, but I can't because I'm too scared that it won't be enough. I feel like perfectionism should be classified as a mental illness because it hinders life so much. I don't know if there's something like a chemical imbalance in the brain that causes perfectionism, because it's not treated that way, but it does seem like people who are perfectionists are perfectionists. It's not like you can choose to be a perfectionist or choose not to be a perfectionist. You're always a perfectionist or you're always not. No matter how you deal with your perfectionism, it definitely causes constant stress. Because the very idea of perfectionism is that you have to be perfect. No one is perfect. And I'm a perfectionist, and I know that. But that doesn't change anything, and it doesn't for any perfectionist. Telling them, oh, nobody's perfect, you're doing great. That doesn't help. We all know this, officially, but that doesn't change the fact that we feel like we have to be perfect, or the best, or anything. Me and other perfectionists are basically just terrified to death of failure. And if you don't try, you can't fail. Which a lot of people view it as if you don't try, you've already failed. But I feel like with perfectionists, that is not normally the way that it goes. If you don't try, then you'll never know if you were amazing at it. And so you can just pretend that you are, even if you would actually have failed at it horribly. But just imagining that you're good at something helps a lot, as long as you don't actually want to do it. I did not expect this video to be this emotional for me. It might just be because I've slept about 4 hours in the past 3 days. But yeah, for some reason this is really emotional for me, and I did not expect that. Probably because it's not perfect. I feel like being a perfectionist is a constant battle between I just don't care and oh my gosh, I care so much it's not even funny. When you are a perfectionist, you have to figure out ways to work around it. And everybody does that differently, but I feel like most of the time they're not that good. I don't know what good ways there are to work around perfectionism that people have found. So if you're a perfectionist and you actually know how to deal with that and be a functional human being, tell me in the comments, because I'd love to be a functional human being. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please let me know by giving it a like or a comment. If you want to see more videos like this one, you can subscribe by clicking right up here. And if you want to see my last video on other religions' holidays than just Christian, you can check that out right up here. That's all for today. Bye! I'm, like, collapsing.